Lots of talk in the market and news about tariffs, and that will be the theme of this video. However, the conversation of tariffs in 2025 is really an example of something every organization faces, which is managing risk through scenario planning. So let's rewind to 2007. I worked in the strategic FP&A team of a global package delivery company where gasoline was a massive part of our cost of sales. So when the price of gas soared 80% over 18 months, we managed this through a variety of what-if scenarios. What if price goes to $6? What if price goes to $8? So the price of gas was an external what-if, similar to tariffs today. How organizations respond to these external conditions become your internal what-ifs. Very important to model out different scenarios. And in order to do that, we need the right technology. From advanced AI models to driver models and top-down models, with the ability to then evaluate comparative KPIs to help us make informed data-driven decisions to address uncertainty. All right, so let's jump into the application. In NetSuite EPM, I'm on a version dashboard where I have an AI prediction, and I've already created a what-if scenario for tariffs where I increase my cost of sales, reduced a negative 32% net income. But I want to create a different forecast, another scenario. I'm going to do that here. I'm going to give it a name, which call this Tariff 2.0. Where am I copying the data from as a starting point? In this case, I'm just going to use forecast for 12 months. I could use other versions or scenarios, and I'm going to copy this into FY25. I'm going to make a couple high-level adjustments. So we're going to increase our product revenue by 5% by increasing our price. Hopefully that works out, but I'm going to select that here, only going to impact the product revenue. Now I'm going to add in a 15% adjustment for COGS. Now this is only going to impact my US subsidiary in this scenario, so I'm going to select that and then create this version. Pretty high level, but still targeted enough to where we can make some specific assumption changes. So dashboard refreshes, it automatically has that version, that 2.0 there. You'll notice there's that 5% adjustments that only impacted our product revenue accounts. There's our adjustment to COGS, and we get a net income adjustment there. Okay, so now that's at a high level. Let's go deeper and go to the actual SKU level to do some assumption planning. On our tariff margin model, we can toggle the subsidiary, we can change the location of where we're sourcing our products. We can do that by different versions. We can also pull in our average cost that's coming directly from NetSuite ERP. I'm going to, in this case, add an assumption 20% tariff for this particular SKU group. And notice that we immediately calculate what our tariff as well as our post-tariff would be, all the way down to our landed cost by SKU. So if I collapse that, you can see we layer in now a base price. Now we can start to see what our margin is going to be with the tariffs, as well as what the margin was without the tariff, what that variance is, and also pricing assumptions. So what would be the price in order to keep that previous margin, and what's that price increase? Now, it's not always as easy as increasing your price in order to get back to a margin, but at least it gives us various scenarios to help us make data-driven, informed decisions.